After coming up short in the playoffs in the 2024 season, the 2025 Baltimore Ravens are looking each and everywhere they can to find talent to improve this roster. And Ronnie Stanley opens up about his struggles coming back from injury, turning into a Pro Bowler and getting a new contract. And also in this video, we are 1 day away from the NFL schedule release of the 2025 season, so we know who and when the Baltimore Ravens are going to be playing. But first, Ravens fly, let's fly. So after what has been concluded to be a very successful Baltimore Ravens draft, the Ravens have also decided to dip into the undrafted free agency pool and find as many talented players as they can. Even after the initial wave of the Ravens signing people directly after the draft, the Ravens have been making more and more moves. Yesterday, the Ravens signed 3 undrafted free agents, one being kicker John Hoyland. He is going to be competition for 6th-round pick Tyler Loop after the Ravens have moved on from Justin Tucker. They also brought in another offensive lineman, one who played with the cousin of Todd Monken at Army, and they brought in, yet again, another cornerback. But the Ravens, as of this morning, have signed one last free agent. And this last undrafted free agent is going to be the final one as of right now, because he fills out the roster and the Ravens are right now at their limit. And that is UNC's pass rusher, K'Mon Rucker. Now, Rucker's 4 years at UNC, he produced 22 sacks, with 14.5 of them coming over the last 2 years. And with the 6'1", 254-pound pass rusher, 6 of those sacks came last year in only 8 games because of injury. Now with this, the Ravens have brought in a bunch of pass rushers to try to fill the void. They drafted Mike Green. So what does this say about the pass rush room in the Baltimore Ravens going forward? Is this a sign, a signal that one of their players may be on the outs? And to me, looking into this, I'm thinking that the odd man looking out is going to be former 2nd-round pick David Ajaba.
Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise.
I don't know if there is some kind of falling out between the two. I just don't know if they don't see the performance there, but he has not been what the Ravens thought he was going to be, being a 2nd-round pick out of Michigan.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
And injuries have derailed his career. He has not, honestly, to my opinion, been giving a lot of opportunity to make right on what the Ravens thought was going to be one of the star pass rushers to go opposite Odafe Oweh. And also, what could this mean in the pursuit of the Ravens going after Jaded Clowney? Are the Ravens out on him? We know that the Ravens year after year are cash strapped when it comes to this time of the year, having money under the salary cap to pay people. They do need to have a cushion throughout the season in case people get injured. But the Ravens did get back around about $1.8 million because Tyus Bowser, he dropped his grievance against the Ravens. So that's money that's been put back into their pockets. So one of the determining factors could be how much does Clowney want. Do the Ravens believe that he can be productive coming back to Baltimore after tying a career high with 9.5 sacks 2 seasons ago? Or do they just believe in their young players and want to build off of them and see what they have? So all this is telling to me, because the Ravens are trying to find and acquire talent that can win one-on-ones, that can get to the quarterback, that can put the pressure on, even though the Ravens were 2nd in the league last season when it came to sacks. I think the Ravens are particularly looking for guys that can do it in pressure situations. When we need that 3rd down sack, when we need to get the other team off of the field, who's going to be that guy? Because as much as the Ravens have sacked the quarterback over the last 2 years, being 2nd last year and 1st the year before, when it comes to the playoffs, we just don't see that type of pressure. We just don't see them doing the same things that they do during the regular season. So the Ravens, in my opinion, are trying to round out this group and kind of take one thing off the board when they go into the final wave of free agency, as they possibly wait for the June 1st cuts. Who knows? But I do know that the Ravens are looking for everything that they possibly can on defense to not have a repeat of last season, where they were 27th in pass defense and struggled to open up the season. Listen, I appreciate all the love that is shown to the channel, all this love that is shown to myself and my brothers out here in this YouTube space. But it was brought to my attention that 58% of the people watching my video are not subscribed. So if you could kindly, in this time of giving, in this world of joy and brotherhood, like and subscribe to the channel. I promise you, the more that we grow, the better we will do. And it only takes a second. Just hit that button and the rest will take care of itself. And speaking of the season, we are a day away from the NFL releasing its NFL schedule for all 32 teams. Now, there have been games that have been trickled out here and there. We start the season with the defending champ Philadelphia Eagles going against the Dallas Cowboys. To me, I think that they could have picked a better game. I think that there could have been some other rivalry that would have made more sense. Even to me, if they would have gone against the Washington Commanders, because the Washington Commanders almost shoulda, coulda, woulda made it to a Super Bowl. But I do think that they're an up and coming and ascending team in the NFL compared to the Cowboys, who are in a state of flux. They didn't have the greatest of seasons last year, and I just think that this could have been something else. If I'm not mistaken, the Eagles do play the Kansas City Chiefs, and that should, to me, have been the first game of the regular season. It's how you ended last year. It's how you begin this one. But back to the Baltimore Ravens, there have not been anything released as far as the schedule goes. But hopefully the Ravens will get the maximum number of primetime games allotted to them, because we have Lamar Jackson. We have the best player, the greatest athlete in the NFL today. He is primetime TV. He is must-see. He is talked about during the regular season, the postseason. He's talked about all offseason long. So why would you not put one of the game's most popular players in position to be seen by as many people as possible? And if you want to go team-wise, the Baltimore Ravens, especially when it comes to Sunday Night Football, win 67% of their games. Sunday Night Football is hitting its 20th anniversary, so throughout the last 20 seasons, the Ravens have the highest winning percentage when it comes to games on Sunday Night Football, and Lamar Jackson is literally unbeatable when it comes to that night. So NFL, make sure you do the right thing. You put the Ravens in prime time as much as possible. You finally give us that home Monday night game, because for some reason, even after the Super Bowls, even after having one of the most winningest franchises over the last 20 years, the Ravens rarely get a home Monday night game. They've given more home Monday night games to a Detroit Lions team and a Jacksonville Jaguars team at the times when they were poorer franchises and weren't winning games. So to me, this is really unacceptable. And then when it comes to the Christmas Day game, the NFL released a statement earlier this season saying, listen, we're not trying to make this a Thanksgiving type thing where we have the Cowboys and the Lions on each and every season. We want to switch it up and bring in the best possible matchups. But one game that was leaked during the schedule was the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I thought that the NFL said, we don't want to make this a reoccurring thing with these same teams. But we see that you put the Kansas City Chiefs on here once again. So to me, for a third year in a row, I do believe that the Ravens should be playing on Christmas Day. I understand that it is a holiday, but just like most of us, we have jobs to do, and sometimes we have to work on holidays. The only difference here is I don't get paid millions of dollars. Sometimes I don't even get paid time and a half. So for you to play that game and then have an extended break, I don't see a problem with this, but make the game in Baltimore. Stop having the Ravens go on the road for Christmas Day. Let them play that game and then go home to their families. And finally, Ronnie Stanley opened up about his struggles of going through the injuries and coming back, trying to play high-level football. So he wrote about this journey. And the one thing that caught my eye about this journey was when he spoke about Lamar Jackson. He said that Lamar Jackson has to be one of the greatest, most genuine people that he has ever met in his life. And for a lot of us that follow Lamar Jackson, you can see that with him. And I think this is what infuriates a lot of Ravens fans for the hate that Lamar gets, because there's no controversy with him. There's no disrespect. Like, you don't see him getting in trouble. You just see a joyful young man out here living life. He connects with the common folks. He walks around Baltimore unbothered. Like, this young man is just the greatest thing smoking, in my opinion. And Ronnie Stanley said, outside of the house, I relied on a lot of my family who always had my back first and foremost. And one teammate I can talk about always having my back is Lamar Jackson. There were other guys who had my back too, but 8 always had my back. I've never met a more authentic person in the NFL. He's the face of the franchise and has all the pressure in the world on his shoulders. He's got every incentive to be a company man, and instead he comes in every day like his genuine self. Not to try to fit any mold, and elite competitor with that childhood joy for the game. I love it. What else can be said about Lamar Jackson other than that he is just a phenomenal football player, and and an even better person. And after this season, hopefully we can add Super Bowl champion to his name.